Today we're actually talking about how to buy your first multifamily investment deal, because you know what? It's not just that I want to cater to, rich, savvy, sophisticated investors. What about when you first started? We all had a first start. We all had our first deal. There's a first time for everything. Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian with another great edition of Real Estate Insider. Today we're actually talking about how to buy your first multifamily investment deal, because you know what? It's not just that I want to cater to rich, savvy, sophisticated investors. What about when you first started? We all had a first start. We all had our first deal. There's a first time for everything. So this video today we're talking about actually how to buy your first deal, and you don't have a lot of money. You're just getting started. How do you buy your first fourplex? How do you buy your first multifamily? There's a strategy, there's a way to do it, and I'm going to talk about that today, to do it with very little money out of pocket. You don't have to have excellent credit. You don't have to have 20% down, because a lot of investors, they call me and say, hey Angelo, I don't have 25% down. I'm a new investor. I'm just getting started. How can I buy a multifamily? How can I do it? So I'm going to actually tell you that you can actually do that with the VA. You can do that with the FHA. And with your veteran, you can actually buy a four-family and get 100% financing, no money down, and get all your closing costs included. And if you're not a veteran, you can do it with FHA, and you can do this all over the country with us. We can fund you all over the country, with the exception of Maryland, all through, whether it's Hawaii, New York, Florida, Texas, Montana, Ohio, doesn't matter. You can buy a four-family if you're a veteran or with FHA, and you have to occupy one of the units, but you can actually collect cash flow from the other three units. And so if you go to a bank and try to buy a four-family, they're going to want at least 20% down. So let's say it's a $400,000 four-family, you'd have to put 80 grand down, plus closing costs are going to be another 10,000. They would want 90,000 down. A lot of investors don't have that kind of money. So how are you going to get your first deal if you're just getting started? This is the solution. This is the way. If you're doing at least a $200,000 deal or higher, and you have at least a 600 credit score or higher, I can fund you and get you a deal on your first one. Well, if you're a veteran, you can do it with zero down. If you're not a veteran and it's your first time, we can do it with FHA, and you just need 3.5% down. On both cases, we can get all your closing costs included and give you 1 month free, no house payment. It's a no-brainer opportunity, because let me give you an example of a client we just helped. He was a veteran. He bought a four-family for $500,000, okay? So he's going to live in one of the units, right? So he's living there as a primary occupancy. The other three units, he's charging $1,000 a month for each unit, right? So $3,000 a month in cash flow is coming into him. It's covering his mortgage payment. So he's basically living there for free, and the tenants are paying down the debt. So it's a no-brainer. He has net operating income. He bought it for no money down. He got all his closing costs included, and the tenants are paying down the debt. I mean, it's amazing. So if you're a veteran out there, you're not using your VA benefits, this is crazy. You can buy a multifamily with no money down. Or if you're a first-time investor, you're not a veteran, we can do FHA, and you just need 3.5% down. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And for FHA, in some parts of the country, you can buy four families over $1 million, like in California and Florida and New York. So, and in those states, multifamily's hot. So get your tenants to pay down the debt. So that way they can pay off your mortgage, you can boost your cash flow, and you can just keep doing that over and over and multiply it, right? So it's a wonderful opportunity. But that would be my strategy, my suggestion on how to buy your first investment deal. And you don't have to have 20% down. You don't have to have A1 credit. We can go down to as low as a 600 credit score with this program. Now, there are some requirements obviously for FHA and VA. You have to occupy the property. It's full documentation. We have to see your W-2s, your pay stubs, all of that stuff. The other thing is that they want your debt ratio to be under 50%. So we want your total debt to income ratio to be below 50%. The loans do have to meet FHA and VA requirements. But we'll actually help you with that and show you exactly these are the main requirements for the loan. But I want to give you the hope, the inspiration out there that if you're trying to buy a multifamily, your first deal, we can help you, and you can do it with VA with 0 down or FHA with as low as 3.5% down. So give us a call. We'd love to help you if you're an investor. Again, the property has to be at least $200,000 or higher, and you have to have at least a 600 credit score. But we'd love to help you for you investors out there that are trying to get your first deal. Give us a call at 832-431-6331. Take care and peace out. Bye-bye.